Hey everybody, this is your daily dose of all things royal. Welcome back, my gorgeous, good looking friends. So, I was thinking about this as I was reading a book that I'm going to share with you in a second about the envy Meghan Markle must have had while she was a working royal. They stepped away because Meghan couldn't handle seeing Catherine having the life that Meghan thought that she should have had. Well, for starters, I believe that she wanted William. He is the better looking brother. He's going to be king. And if Meghan could have broken up that marriage and took William for herself, she would have. And you could bet that in subtle ways she was trying. And when he didn't fall for her nonsense and told Harry that he should take some time with this girl, he then quickly became public enemy number one. Yes, it's true. Meghan doesn't like Catherine. And in Meghan's head, most likely she thinks that she is more beautiful than her, smarter, better dresser, and would have been a better fit with William. And I do believe that inside it must be killing her that he didn't want anything to do with her. In addition, let's not forget how Meghan was bullying the staff, and word got to William and Catherine of how much of a nightmare Meghan was. And the first signs of those cracks were seen that holiday in late 2018 with the famous trying to tie my scarf move and hopefully trying to avoid talking to Meghan. During that time, as we now know, that behind the scenes there had been a lot of friction building up into 2019, to which Meghan was causing all sorts of problems and did not want to work together as the Fab Four, but instead wanted to go off and be completely independent. Even though Meghan will never admit it, Meghan was inferior to Catherine, and she hated that. So she wanted to go off and do her own thing, and some of the things that she had done, of course, leaking to the media, trying to overshadow some of the other royals, obviously making it all about her. And she hated that others had had the spotlight, specifically Catherine. You see, Catherine was a person who had put her in her place. Again, I say, Meghan does not respect Catherine because she does think that she is better than her. So by Catherine putting Meghan in her place, by telling her that she is not to speak to staff in the manner that she spoke to them, made Meghan want to retaliate back to show Catherine that she is the boss. And I think it was at this point the wheels started to fall off for Meghan, in where we started to see how unhinged she started to become. Let's put to the side the fake pregnancy for a second. Back in March of 2019, Harry and Meghan were really trying to set up their own court and do away with any type of supervision from the palace, literally be shady and seedy like what they're doing with Archewell. And the Queen said no, and somehow this got out into the public and slapped Meghan and Harry down. Of course, Harry and Meghan were not happy about that, but on top of that, you added the global humiliation of the world knowing that the Queen said, no, you cannot do this. Then adding salt to the wound, you have glowing press coverage of William and Catherine celebrating St. Patrick's Day and doing their duty, looking all beautiful and gorgeous. And all of the media outlets that Meghan pushes propaganda through were all reporting on Catherine. And I believe that this made Meghan snap. So this happened March 17, 2019. And then a few days later, on March 22nd, this story came out about Catherine and Rose's apparent feud. And Catherine told her husband that Rose needed to be phased out as a friend for unspecified reasons. I mean, the story itself was kind of bizarre, but then 2 days later, we had Richard Kay writing a story about praising Prince William and looking at the two couples and the rumors that had been flying around. So suddenly this story about nothing started to pick up steam. And what we know is right after that, on March 26th, Meghan Markle's friend, coincidentally a British journalist, tweets out, yes, it is an affair, and lights this whole rumor on fire. Then literally a couple days later, hot off the presses in the United States, is this world exclusive breaking this rumor. Is it a coincidence that the magazine that broke this rumor to the world was from the United States? Is it a coincidence that Meghan's friend, Lainey Liu, had been promoting this once it hit the newsstands? So, after this story catches on fire here in the United States, we have on April 9th Daily Beast reporting from LA that Prince William's lawyers now are trying to suppress rumors of affair. Now, spinning this narrative that he is trying to keep this hush hush and trying to silence the media. So now, as this has hit the fan and has gone mainstream, the narrative has started to slightly shift in stating that this had been a rumor that had been circling around over the past year and had now made it to mainstream. Well, folks, where do you think this rumor started? Now, for many of you already know this story, and this is merely just a refresher. I'm going to get to why I'm raising this and bringing this up now, so you can understand how karma came back to bite Meghan in the ass, and hence part of another reason why she fled the country so quickly. There's a reason why I have been emphasizing the dates and the timeline of all of this happening when this drama erupted. Now, it's my belief that Meghan Markle was 100% behind this. You see, I believe Meghan seized this opportunity because she knew William was going to be away for 3 weeks. But I don't think Meghan knew exactly what he was doing. In fact, I don't think anybody knew what he was doing, except for the Queen. It was revealed on April 6th that Prince William spent 3 weeks undercover in a secret internship with the UK's national security and intelligence agencies. I don't think it's a coincidence that all of this blew up while Prince William was away on this secret internship. Little did stupid Meghan know was that he was spending time with MI5, MI6, and GCHQ. Now, while all this chaos had been created, let me read you a passage from a book called Spying on the Crown by Richard Aldrich and Rory Cormack. This gives you some insight on what William was doing during this time, unbeknownst to Meghan. In spring 2019, a new recruit showed up for work at MI6. The 36-year-old balding father of three looked rather nondescript. Each day, he passed through the circle lock security doors backlit with softly glowing aqua blue glass. He ate in the canteen and, like many of his colleagues, was known only by his forename, Will. Prince William spent most of his time at MI6 based in its iconic ziggurat headquarters at Vauxhall Cross. Here, he learned about tradecraft, how intelligence officers recruit and nurture foreign agents. He noted how MI6 monitors risks to national security, to the economy, and particularly close to his heart, to military effectiveness. He also gained a rare insight into covert action, learning about how intelligence can identify and exploit opportunities to shape events overseas. The next week, William transferred across the river to MI5. He worked with covert counterterrorism teams as they conducted surveillance, potentially even including riding in undercover vehicles and sitting intelligence analysts. He spent the third week at GCHQ's impressive base in Cheltenham, often described as the donut. It rather more resembles a vast silver flying saucer. Each day, he commuted to work from Prince Charles's Highgrove estate a few miles to the south. Again, he saw a range of intelligence activities, including how cutting-edge technology monitors targets and, through online covert action, disrupts threats. GCHQ's head of counterterrorism operations praised William for comfortably holding his own among highly trained intelligence officers and analysts. Folks, there's no way Prince William did not know where those rumors started. Otherwise, he would have never have gotten his lawyers involved. And as you can see here, he had the access to the right people to find out where it all came from. Now, going back to this book, I stumbled upon it because I was just doing some research and thinking about why are Meghan and Harry so gung-ho about getting back their security? I mean, aside from the cost and already assuming that there is a level of security that's being paid for here in the United States, either by Charles or by the US government, the question becomes, why do they specifically want to get back their status? And after reading this book, it makes a lot of sense on the type of intelligence and the type of protection that the family has that is next level, in my opinion. In this book, it talks about how the Queen kept close tabs on Wallace and Edward with these undercover spies that would go and monitor and watch them. There's no doubt in my mind that Harry and Meghan have the similar setup. And they don't know, but I bet Charles knows what's going on. I think one of the main reasons why Harry and Meghan want this security status back, and that's because there's a lot of cover up, all in the name to protect the family. In one part, they talk about the arms trade and Andrew and how the Secret Services and SAS came together and the information that Andrew knew or was privy to. Say what you want, but King Charles and the senior members of this family have more power than you think and access to information that scares me to think getting in the hands of Harry and Meghan. Really. Now, for those that are interested and want to read this book but don't want to pay for it, you can get a free trial at scribd.com. That's SCRIBD.com. No, I'm not getting any type of endorsement for telling you about this. I'm just sharing with you where you can find the book and at the most cost effective, which is free. Anyhow, this is where you can find it. I definitely recommend everyone to check it out because it's like mind-blowing to me to know that this type of information and resources that they have available to them to protect them makes perfect sense as to why Meghan and Harry are so gung-ho about getting this status back. I could definitely see Meghan and Harry using this as part of their cleanup to protect them from all the nefarious dealings that they have with certain dodgy and shady people. Also, I wouldn't put it past Meghan and Harry to abuse this special privilege and status in order to get special agents to be spying on people that criticize them. Imagine like being stalked by these secret agents and being tracked and followed lawfully. Like to me, that thought about Meghan and Harry doing that, which we know that they already do, in which they can get into a lot of trouble, would be able to do it technically legally if they got this special level of security back for them. Dangerous stuff, folks, truly dangerous. But you can bet that Prince William, no doubt, knows what this woman has been up to and has seen a lot of those skeletons that Meghan tried to bury. And I don't think Meghan wants to mess with William and Catherine. No way. Anyhow, what do you guys think? I mean, we all know about this Rose Hanbury story. We all know that it's not true. And we all know that a certain couple duo had been most likely responsible for it. And there's probably a lot of other stuff that they have been responsible for. So, just thought I'd bring this to you guys. Hopefully you check it out. But what do you guys think? Definitely leave your thoughts below. And as always, I will be back with more content. But until then, please be safe. And I will talk to you later. Bye.
It was such a fraud.